Hello everyone, today it's time to do a discussion on three of my favorite Thomas characters, the Horrid Lorries. Now, these three only appear in the one episode of Horrid Lorry, and their one memory models are not very easy to get. I've seen people with just one, I've seen people with two, and some like me have all three. Special thanks to Thomaswoodenrailway and Percyno6 for inspiring me to do these three. So first, let's start some details that all three of them have. Three of these guys have. So these three have very unique details, as you see. They have windshield wipers, and they're the only vehicles I've seen with steering wheels. Of course, it's on the right because they're British, and British road vehicles have them on the right. As a kid, I always wondered why it was on the right side. And this black line here is actually a fender, kind of like on Butch, a tow truck here. By the way, if you want to make a faceless Butch model, this is the one you should use because he doesn't have the Search and Rescue Center logo. Now, the cargo beds are made of plastic, but it's okay because they have these side details. I don't know if you can see them. They're screwed in and they have this raised section, so cargo won't fall out. Yeah. Now the knockoff. There's a knockoff variant that has a all wooden one that's closed and that has train style wheels. And the license plate is blank, and you can tell by thanks to the face on the knockoff, you can tell it's supposed to be Lorry 1 here. Here, so give it a good look at his face so you can memorize it in case you see a knockoff. Now, time to do these lorries individually. Put their cargo pieces back in, and like they all do, everyone I've seen the reviews. We'll start with Lorry 1. Now, just with a disclaimer, I know this is not the cargo you get with him. The rear one is blue with black details on the side and sort of a shipping coat like this one, or not. But I do have it, but I don't know where it is. So, hopefully I'll find it. If I do, I'll redo this review. So the lorry himself. The lorry himself. He's got an unamused face on him. If you can get a good look at it. Edgeware, because this one I had as a kid. On the bodies, the only difference is the name on the bottom and the license plate number. This is from 2001, his first year. I got him individually as Lorry because he was the only one sold individually, but he went by a Lorry flatbed because he came with that flatbed over this flatbed. And the cargo I mentioned. Became the only one with a character. Is the only one that has a character card, but I don't know where it is. The character. So yeah, you know, even though it doesn't say, never mind. So he also came with down by the dock set with his cargo piece. No flatbed. He also came with a sort of recycling center with a dark green cargo car and 3 recycling cargo pieces, bottles, paper, and cans. And now, I don't know if any of you know this, but he came with a set called the Deluxe Chocolate Factory set. It's based off of Percy's Chocolate Crunch. It's one of those sets that have a storage box, and it was one of those items exclusive to the store chain Zany Brainy, which is now a business. It had an exclusive soda sugar mold that came with Lorry 1, a blue barrel car, and 2 sugar barrels. Now, the thing about the flatbed, I think it's better. I think it's actually better as rear-wide rolling stock. This flatbed and the blue cargo piece came with duck and store airfield set, and this came with a cargo transfer with a black cargo car and 2 brown versions of the cargo piece. Lorry 1 here is pictured on the back of the box. There's also a picture with the blue cargo piece on the boxes for the mountain overpass and the dairy depot, I think it was called. So yeah. So if you have one of the lorries, it's likely to be this. Oops. If you have one of the lorries, it's likely to be this one here. Yeah. Now, what do I think of the flatbed being included? Nah. If I ever do a series, I wouldn't have it with them because the other two don't. I might have it with the take-along model here. Here, even though the other lorries pull the trailer, I don't mind too much with the take-along model because it really it matches him. This one doesn't. Just thought I'd bring that up. So, thank you, Lorry 1. So yeah. Now here is Lorry 2. This is sadly my least favorite. It's the reason is because other than the eyes are supposed to look up to his upper right, but otherwise it's the same face as Lorry 1, so there's that. So yeah, it's nothing really unique about him. His day of 2002, first year he was made, and he came in the Sodor service station. So this fuel tank is, yeah, of course this is fuel. It's supposed to be carrying fuel. And the reason I say it's a tank, it's because, well, what else would it be? I heard someone call it a fuel drum. Some say a canister. But another reason I say it's a tank, it's because when you put it in, it looks like a tanker truck. So, it has the magnet on the bottom. So, like, no. So, I've heard what people usually say about the magnets that it had to, if a crane were to pick it up, a cranky, it would have to go upside down. But but watch, it doesn't connect to the back magnet. So if you take this model Butch here with a 2-way magnet, if you take the end that couples to the back of him like this. This is the only crane that can pick that up. Thank you, Butch. And so I do like him. He's just my least favorite compared to them. So now here is. Oh, by the way, Lorry 2 is very rare. Lorry 2 here is very rare. So when you find him on eBay, he'll either be by himself or with a service station. So yeah. Not as rare though as Lorry 3 here. Now, in case you haven't noticed, his name is written differently. There are versions of Lorry 1 with it like this, like those that come with the recycling center. And its license plate is actually bolder. I guess I'll point out. And this lorry is known for having a different face. And this is the better one actually, because this one was actually. In this episode, Lorry 3 and Lorry 2 both had this face. Now, rather than the face and license plate, there's nothing really different. And so, this is day 2002, because 2002 is the only year he was available, which is not the only reason he's rare, so he's the rarest. He's also the rare. He and his cargo are also rare because, not rare because the only way you could get him was in this 3-pack that came with Tigermoth and Boko. It was what they call a promotional item where you have to send away for it. You couldn't find it in stores, unsold in stores. And so yeah, I always when I was a kid, when I had Lorry 1 and Lorry 2 over there, I always wanted Lorry 3 when I learned there were 3 of them. I always wondered what. Since I was born in 2000, what it was like, and my older brother responsible for us having these two. And when I found out how you could get them, I realized why you wasn't able to get a Lorry 3. So yeah. I guess maybe they were trying to help make the 3-pack sell by giving it an exclusive vehicle. So, anyways, and when I found him on eBay, he was the only one at the time. He was the only one to have this. I've noticed a lot of people that don't really know what to call this. And I looked at when I checked online, it's called the tarp cargo piece. I think the deal was supposed to, in the episode when they first started the ducks, they all had these gray hoods covering up their cargo beds, and I think this is supposed to resemble that. Kind of looks like a square loaf of bread to me. And unlike that fuel tank from Lorry 2, this actually can be picked up by cranes. Even though it's but still have to be upside down. That's my discussion on the Horrid Lorries. Oh, there's all the vehicles involved. Let me know in the comments which lorries you have, which one's your favorite.